Hey everyone, welcome back to Carrots and Olives. Today is January 2nd. It's a holiday for me, so I get to clean up all the Christmas decor and play with the time that I have left. So today I thought we can do a wrap up of what worked for me last year and what didn't when it comes to my planners and my journals. These are just like the high level ones that I was in constantly or not in at all when I had bigger plans for them. So I wanted to do that. I would say there was one fail in a sense, and then the other ones were pretty successful. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I brought everything out just so you could see the stack. And this stack actually was a little bit more tame. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I had planned for this year. No, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's start with my traveler's notebooks. So this was the first year I tried the traveler's notebook system, and I really enjoyed all of the gals that use a traveler's notebook on Instagram that I follow. And so I decided I wanted to try it out, and I really liked it. So that's one of the things that I'm keeping for this year. But as for last year, I was in and out of multiple TNs, so I can't say I was in this one the whole year because actually this is my latest TN. But when it comes to just the insert itself, I had plans to do what I was grateful for. That didn't work out in this space. So I just kept it blank. And then I just started with the last year or the last week of the year. And at first I didn't really know what I was going to do. I was trying to figure it out, but as you could see, as time progresses, I got into a groove. Some weeks are just really busy weeks, so I just did not get the opportunity to actually fill it out as much as I would have liked, but I would do clusters of things like this. So that was fun, and I've been able to keep that up throughout the rest of the year for the most part. This first half of the year was more successful than the last half, which I will share with you in a moment. And you could see how I started going on with the color theme, which was fun. I would mostly stick to the same pen for the week. And here it's just really documenting. It wasn't planning. I wasn't using it for ahead planning, and most of the time I actually caught up with it by the end of the week. And I would reference my planners for what I did that week in the event I forgot. So I really liked how this was turning out. Every once in a while I would stick in a personal picture, but for the most part it was a success. Now the second year, or the second half of the year, started off pretty good. I started to use it to track my followers, which still didn't end up working out very well. And this is a copycat week, I believe, from July in this one. July, June, July. Yes, so this is a copycat week. I decided not to fill this one in, and then I just started. So I did get a little bit caught off guard. So there were some blank spots on some weeks, and then you'll see as the months progress, I wasn't able to get into have the time to fill this out as much as I wanted to with my first insert. So things like this, it got blank. And this, I didn't get a chance to fill in stamps. And sometimes if I have a lot of blank spots, I will use a larger sticker or more tip-ins. This is another week that I planned ahead, and yet I still didn't get the time to fill it out. Same with this week. And then I started going back this past holiday to fill in all the spots that I've missed out on. And so for instance, this whole page was blank. I went back, started putting in some washi tape and filling in the things that we did this week. Same with this week. And then I want to actually fill in this and some of the other blank spaces. And then the last week of the year, I still need to work on. And then that's pretty much it. So you can kind of tell how I just got behind, got busy, and didn't get to fill it in as much as I wanted to. But I do really like having this as a creative outlet. So what I figured is that if I cannot get my pages done from within the first week of January, I am just gonna call it quits and be done and move on to my current planners and journals. So let's move on to another creative outlet journal, which was the Thinking of You. And this was the first time I was able to get the Thinking of You planner. I really wanted it in 2021, but I was too late and it was already sold out everywhere. So I made sure that when planner season came around, I would make sure to grab one of these. And it's just another creative outlet. I did like the section up here. I was able to put some of the accomplishments that happened, but I wasn't able to keep up with it. This would have been really nice to use, but I just couldn't figure out how to use it. And then they have another one. So I try to do my followers, but again, I just can't be consistent for some reason. I would actually use the monthlies for important dates, and then this is the part that I really enjoyed. And I tried to stick to the same pen for the whole month and then move on. And then at the end of the month, I would write a summary recap of how the month went. And I started off a little slow in January, but I really picked it up in February. And I have the reflections page. I'm not going to sit on those pages too long because some of them are personal. But yeah, I really enjoyed that at the end of the month. Now towards the end of the year is when, again, I just got busy. School started, and I got, towards the middle of the year, beginning of the year, I started working again full time, and so that also kind of made it difficult to play in my planners because I didn't have as much time as I used to. There are some weeks that are completely blank or just busy. I try to do some watercolor, but it crinkles the page, not in the way I prefer, and so I just try not to use it too much. This is watercolor. And you can tell that although this was fun at the beginning of the year. I just couldn't keep up with it, and I was just kind of over it. Every once in a while I would fill it out, but overall I don't know, it wasn't interesting and fun anymore. This was a busy month, and I managed to document all of it because it was very important time with family that I hadn't seen in a while. So I would say for the most part, I was able to be creative, able to use my fountain pens, able to draw and use my stickers and my washi and all my stationery accessories. And this is the month that I just kind of hit a wall and things just kind of went haywire. It went by really quickly, but there's no way I'm going to be able to go back and fill that out. So, same with the monthlies for November. They're all blank. Then December came around. It was just kind of crazy. And yep, that's mine. So that's the other craziness. And that's it. So yes, I really like this notebook. It has the open stitching binding, which is nice. It's really chunky at the top, so I realized that I need to put enough on the bottom half to make sure to even it out for next year. And I would stick in like different packaging materials that I got from Euroliku and from Superior Labor, and that was fun. But I really like this notebook. Last but not least of notebooks that were successful were my Hobonichi A5, and I decided for the first time to get the Avec because last year it was very difficult towards the end of the year to fill in the daily pages since the book just got really chunky. Now I think that was actually my downfall. One of the things that did not work out very well for me was my trackers, even though last year I was able to fill this out really well. And then my monthlies just, I don't know, I wish I used it more like I did last year, but I didn't. I guess it was, again, going back to me being very busy. I at first made a decision to only use the Uniball Jetstream pens that come with the Hobonichi. Is it Jetstream? The Uniball pens that come with the Hobonichi only, and then to do some drawings with whatever's going on for the week. So I was able to keep up with that for like almost the first month, but then it just got a little overwhelming. I started skipping weeks and it just didn't work out. And you know, if you've been watching my channel, that my weeks were like crucial and I used it a lot previous years, but this year I don't know, I needed a change, I think, and it just did not go well. Then I also was only using the same pen, and doing drawing and journaling about my day, putting in stickers, putting in pictures of family and things that were happening. But then I just couldn't keep up once again. So then I went to my fountain pens, and maybe that was why, is that I was missing my fountain pens. So started using my fountain pens again and the notebook. Oops. Then we went to Disneyland in February, so that was a lot going on that I did not get an opportunity to fill back out, but I did use a lot of pictures. So going back to how I initially was using my Hobonichi, putting in pictures and journaling. And this half of the year went by a lot better than the other half. So yeah, it went by. I was able to fill out a lot more than I had been in the second half of the year. And then what I liked was putting in the stickers from orders that I got. And I think I will continue to do that for this coming year. So again, hardly anything. And then my monthlies, I started adding more color and stopped limiting myself. But still, this could have been used a lot better. I just wasn't really doing much planning as the days were just getting away from me. I used the weeklies a little bit, trying to get back on the weeklies, but still, most of them are blank. And then we did take some vacation time this year, a couple times actually, and this was the first for us in a long time to actually ever as a family to travel for fun. So maybe that is why I kind of got behind, because we were it's a lot of traveling, a lot of going, taking advantage of the time we had, which in many cases wasn't that much time. It was like weekend things. We also attended a lot more events, went to basketball games, and did a lot more things in Vegas. And yeah, so I think maybe that is the reason why I wasn't able to keep up. I was planning a lot of things for us to do, take advantage of where we're located, because we weren't going to be here very long. And then I just started missing some days. And yeah, and then birthdays and everything like that. So I have a few more pages I want to fill out in here, but if I can't get it done, then I'm just going to call it quits. And then that's it. Okay, so the one planner notebook that did not work for me was this one. And even the cover itself also became an issue. This cover is very soft. I actually need to try it in my current B6 to see how it works, how it fits. So this was the new planner for 2022. And it was the, what is the name? Why can't I think of the name? It's this planner. I had very high hopes because I really wanted the, I really liked this format and layout. It was different. And so initially I was trying to do like a pixel thing for the year. That didn't work out. I tried to use this for work, but I didn't like it. And then I started to do like what I'm grateful for. And then I started to do more like a health vlog. So January turned out pretty good. And then I started talking about what I'm eating. So it was going through different phases. But then it just completely stopped and I couldn't keep up with it, which is so disappointing. But yeah, pretty much everything else is blank. One of the things I was not fond of with this paper is that it didn't work well with fountain pens, and that made it difficult to use. So I was stuck using my gel pens, and I can only use my gel pens for work, like work related. But when it comes to personal and journaling and things like that, I don't like using gel pens all the time. So I couldn't use my fountain pens because they would bleed, and this paper is super smooth, but it's not fountain pen friendly. So yeah, this did not work. So of all my notebooks, I did not get this one again. I did not get my Hobonichi cousin again because I felt like I needed a change. I did get another Thinking of You planner. And I also got the 2023 weekly vertical planner for Traveler's Notebook. So these were a success. This was a success, and this one was a success. So now I will be using my Thinking of You. I will be using a Sterling Ink B6, and I'm also going to be using my Nolte, the mini Nolte. And I have also a few more, which is explained in my video on what my Techo Kaigi is for 2023, what the planners I'm using and everything. So yeah, so anyway, I think 2023 or 2022 threw me for a loop. A lot of things going on, but I am excited for 2023, and I'm determined to use what I have and not go crazy. I think I went a little bit crazy with my notebooks, but I love my notebooks and I will try to use them to the best that I can. There's a lot to look forward to for 2023, so therefore there should be a lot to document, right? So anyway, that is 2022, and Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys are starting off your new year positive, and I look forward to creating more videos for you to enjoy, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.